First item on the agenda is an update on the alcohol license information packet that we discussed last week. That motion was actually tabled. We talked today, some of us, I know we need to get some new information on this, which has been provided in Dropbox, which is the additional notifications that were at issue. What we've talked about is keeping it on the table now, give us a chance to do our due diligence in the next couple of weeks, and then we can vote on it. Is there anything additional that we
So what you had, Dropbox, what you had, and,
Yeah.
yes, sir, that's
You go with
That's fine.
that? Anything further than on item 1? Both items 2 and 3 are on the consent agenda. Item 2, pretty routine and housekeeping. Again, it'll be on the consent agenda, not any issues with that. Or Ms. Cote, there's nothing additional to that. I mean, just on its face. Yeah. And then the annual leave municipality meeting is actually the 13th through the 15th, not the 16th. I've got it on my calendar. I plan on going. But we've got to have somebody as the voting delegate, and I think that we've got to have an alternate too.
Will you be there?
I'll
Well, I'd like to nominate Louis.
I plan on going.
You gonna go? Like, so have you be the voting delegate, you be
I'll be the alternate.
the alternate, yeah. Everybody go around. Okay, again, that's in the consent agenda tonight. Nuisance Group 2025-01, I think that's in Dropbox. Any issues with that?
I don't see.
It's not on the voting agenda.
No.
It will be subsequent to tonight. But no, go ahead.
I didn't see it in the,
Okay.
I kind of looked through all this stuff.
Any further discussion on Exhibit A? You may sign it. All right, anything further then on item 4 at this point? Okay, item 5 has to do with bids and the purchase of 44 golf carts and 2 utility maintenance vehicles for Parks and Rec.
Yes, sir, I got,
Mayor Howell's here.
Ciara was here and Brother Frazier here to lay on the spot a little bit. But what I'd like to say tonight, when we're just getting our last night, is that I'd like to say what Chip Howell and Frazier have done to consolidate these golf courses. And I don't think anybody realized the amount of money that was saved and the things that we had to go through with 2 golf courses. At one time we had 2 superintendents, and right now what they've done, and Chip coming in and what he's done, and we're turning around. This is the first year that we're able to go for no race because what they've done to make that course good. And I used to get calls every day. Council person got there. Used to get calls every day before one. But right now there's nothing in that golf course. But it could be given to Chip Howell and Fraser Burrows for what they've done to pull everything together. And we got less staff than we used to have. And I tell you, we'll never break even. None of that recreation never breaks even. But what they've done out there to bring these both courses together, so it's like they're one course now. I just want to applaud them and thank you for the job done.
Here, thank you all.
If I'm.
Oh, yes, sir.
And we didn't rehearse this. But
Hey, go ahead.
Thank you. And it's nice being on this side of the table. But it's been a pleasure to work with the consultant, with Concrete, with Paul Wade up at the Hill. It's been an interesting process and one that we take very seriously. It is in much better shape than it has been in years. I believe last year we increased revenues over $100,000. So it's headed in the right direction, and we appreciate the support that y'all continue to give us. Very few recreational facilities make a lot of money, and this is getting closer and closer. I wouldn't doubt that this coming year, fiscal year we're in, might see that turn. But it being the Army out there. Thank you. To all of you, let me say thank you. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Councilman. It's for your professionalism and your persistence and patience and passion to get so many of these plates that have been spinning for so many years behind you. I know that feels good. And now your slate is much cleaner, and the new council coming in can do new things. And I wish you all the best. So, thank you for the opportunity. This particular item of the bid is 44 cars. We will be selling, and I've talked with Scott, I will need a motion on the next agenda to surplus those cars that we'll be selling. We have a lease that goes through October. There was a 60-month lease with a 48-month warranty. That doesn't work real well in the real world. I've got a used car, as most of us do. If you've got to pay for things as we are now, we've got 6 carts down, and we usually have about a dozen or more in the afternoon on Saturday or Sunday that have to wait for another cart to come back through. So this will hopefully eliminate that, and there were several things that contributed to it. One is the age of the car. 60 months is pushing it, especially in a facility that is not a level soccer field type area. This was a military installation that had trains that collapsed, that have water pipes that collapsed. It was a barracked area, so there's a lot of things that have gone on. Trees that have died, roofs that have destroyed. So, when you drive a golf cart into one of those holes, it causes damage. And that is the root cause of a lot of that issue. We've tried to work with golf cart manufacturers to see if aluminum versus steel would be better, but they make the part that's going to break aluminum so it will break and not break the whole frame. So they know what they're doing. But the lease goes through October, and there's no need, as we talked with Jessica and Fraser, a lease serves no purpose to the city. It's a purchase. We had a $1 buyout in October. So we have created equity. You have created equity. And what we intend to do, they have carts available from, you'll see the bid from Yamaha, who is our current provider. And we can have a purveyor buy all of the carts. I would not suggest we get into the cart business of selling a cart at a time to anybody that comes up, because we'll end up in that warranty position, which we do not want as a city. So I would expect that those 39 carts that we will sell, and that doesn't add up to 44. The five best carts will be going up to the hill, and those will be free. We won't owe anybody anything for the hill carts anymore. That money will just come straight to the bottom line. That will not be under a purchase cart. The 44 new carts will, and that will be replacing the totality of the Cane Creek fleet, plus 2 additional U-Haul utility little trucks, which we can determine which ones might be used in the recreation area or parks. I think it'd be a great little cart to have on Quintard. I know Paul Wade is renovating a cart down from Main Street. I hope that it will be done for the events this weekend. But by expediting the end of that lease, part of that money that we will receive from the sales of those carts will go to pay off that lease. But we'll leave around $50,000 in cash, which Jessica's working with banks to locally to borrow the money as a consortium. And we will either reduce that payment, we will, by $50,000 once it's all said and done, or have that agreement that once it is done, reduce that down. But the payment will be very similar to what we are currently, which is not bad after 5 years. They will be on a 48-month basis. And they're all ours. Again, that's about as much as we're going to get out of it. COVID was great for golf and for outside entertainment. But those individuals that came into golf didn't know anything about rules or driving a cart, and they would much rather see themselves on YouTube jumping a cart over each other than hitting a ball in a hole from 150 yards. And we've experienced some of that. But,
It's a new player, huh?
yes, yes. You can probably go on YouTube and see some of our
I think I have.
Yeah, probably have. But do you have any questions? I'm trying to make it as concise as possible.
Questions or comments or anything?
We had 3 bidders, and one was in Pennsylvania. We had to figure it out.
Put a GPS on.
Pardon?
Put a GPS on.
No, they won't, and that's a good question. We are gas operated because at one time, McClellan operated them as electric carts, and you have to plug them in every night. We have enough problems filling the gas tanks up, much less plugging them in. And the GPS drains the batteries, and if you only have one battery in a gas cart, and that is the starter battery. We will add some UPS ports, and but it will drain that battery every night because it searches for updates, and we would have to keep them plugged in anyway. So they don't sell gas carts successfully with GPS.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it very much. Any additional questions or comments? All right, next item is the budget amendment, which is on the voting agenda tonight, which essentially just conforms the current condition to reality, which was dollar drop box. Anything further from Jess on that?
I'll speak with Jessica, if you have a question, just you can answer the question.
Everybody good with the budget amendment tonight? All right, let's go on to your last city manager recommendation, folks.
Yes, sir, just a couple, the biggest thing that I had, I ain't going to go asking for money. But I think one of the things with this lifetime that's coming, you talk to the chief, what they need as far to be rescue-wise, what they would need. And those 2 items that we're asking for tonight is that UTV, they have one right now, but it is very antiquated, and a 4-wheeler that they can actually get back and forth from the trails, because keep in mind, the trails that we're inheriting from McClellan, and the trails with the cold water during this time, our fire department is responsible for rescue of that. And I think these items right here, what they need, can get them there. And of course, you can see, especially the 4-wheeler, if anything that needs to have a council down there, that's a 4-passenger 4-wheeler, so you can actually get those trails as we get talked about, extending those trails. Another thing, I think having these items in our arsenal will be very helpful to the fire department. And so, looking at what we have here, we have the funds available in our budget this year through 2022 bond that will save that money from other things that we're able to save, and we can get those things to work right away so that we get by the time this thing comes in October. The council's in agreement.
Everybody good with that?
Right.
All right.
And other thing, I know Michelle's reached out to everybody, we have the VIP tickets for this, keep in mind this weekend is the Street Festival as well as our criteria. If anybody have any needs for those tickets, Michelle still has some VIP tickets, please reach out to her. If you need some, give her a call, she will have those available. I want to, if I don't know if you all have noticed, some kudos to Main Street, because as I walk, I don't know if y'all noticed those banners for Main Street, for the Middle Street Festival. We never had them before, and it caught my eye when I saw it, and this is the first year we did it. I thank Colin them for reaching out and getting some teams to actually sponsor those. We didn't pay anything for them, but it's actually a nice touch to downtown, and it really gets your attention, so I think that's what kudos to them. And the last thing, the next council meeting will be in the big hall, and this will be the last time, because that Van's cleared everything out. After that, it will always be back in room B, and he's got it locked into November, but we will have rest assured we will have the other meeting before then, but only one other time we will be in that big hall. But this is the next one, because we have that big rental that has been done, that is already in the books, but that will be the last time. The next week we'll be prepared to be in the hall, the big hall, for the next council meeting. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I'm sure we'll all have more to say tonight, and certainly for your celebration on the 10th. We very much look forward to it. All right, let's stand and adjourn until 5:30.